The vision for IIDA with Design Your World is built around a couple of things. It's built around helping young folks understand what design is and understand that it is a viable career. Secondly, it's built around equity and inclusion and diversity. I am a firm believer in you have to see it to be it. And we want to make design real for them. And so essentially Design Your World is a pipeline program because the goal is ultimately to bring more underrepresented communities into design as a career. But you've got to expose them to design first. And one of the things we know about design is people feel it and they see it before they understand it. And that is another goal of Design Your World, is to have an intellectual explanation of what design is and its impact on a single individual and its impact on a community.
We were students at one point. What did we want when we were high school students? What did we need? What did we think going to school was? What did we think about becoming an adult?
And as a kid, you're just living in your world, right? Things like this, these after-school programs, these apprenticeships, these internships that open up doors into an art and design world, I mean, are so immense. I mean, they're just huge. Like you just don't know what's out there until somebody lets you in to see, right?
One of the most important things that I think that this program can do is show these kids that they have power over their condition, over their neighborhoods, over their communities, over stereotypes, over prejudice. And I really want these kids to understand that they aren't victims of a system. They're not victims of a neighborhood. They're not victims of a community. I'd like to be able for them to see that design is a way to advance, to elevate, to articulate some dreams and some thoughts through design.
It's about talking to the kids about what they can do with these tools, and tools in terms of learning the language of design or understanding color theory a little bit more or whatever it might be, the purpose of why they're making things.
The profession of interior design designs for everybody, but it is not currently made up of everybody. The industry needs to look differently in order to meet that mission.
We see the deficit in the amount of representation there is, and I think it's our responsibility as an industry to help that, because I think a diverse population of designers will be more relevant in the diversity of our world. And I think it's our responsibility to go in and to try to change that, and that really starts with students and building interest. We will build the future of this industry, and the future of this industry impacts everyone. And so it's so important that it looks like everyone.
And so a program like Design Your World is not only going to benefit the kids that are participating, it's going to benefit this industry by changing the entire perspective on what we think design is and how design is practiced. Design is both altruistic and optimistic, and we think about doing for, as along with being collaborative and doing with. And I'd like to galvanize a legion of students to understand that they're going to be able to do for and do with in their communities. And so there will be generations of new designers who will bring their very special way of thinking and a perspective that has not always been seen in this profession. They'll be bringing it to the table, and it won't be new anymore. It won't be different. They won't be alone. They won't be solitary, but they'll stand in solidarity with their peers in continuing to advance the profession of design.